Well, guys, Hardy is back, and I'm excited. Look, Hixtape 2, we um we don't talk about that project. We're just gonna act like that record didn't happen. I know my dislike for that record annoyed a few people, but like, as Jaren said,
We're not biased. We just don't like bad music.
yeah, Hixtape 2 was just a massive pothole in Hardy's discography. Now, I know Hixtape 2 wasn't a Hardy project in the sense Hixtape 1 was, but when you're on 50% of the track list, including some of the worst songs on the whole record, there is a certain amount of blame you gotta be willing to accept. But regardless, Hixtape 2 is a thing of the past, it's behind us, and I'm now looking forward, and as I said, I'm actually excited. In case you missed it, just this past Wednesday, Hardy posted a little 2-minute video on his Instagram, captioned, "Y'all ready?" Initially, I thought this was just going to be a tour announcement, and though it is, beyond the tour dates, I think most people, myself included, were much more interested in the unreleased song running throughout the video. It looks like the song is titled Sold Out, and based on the fact we heard pretty much the entire song in the teaser video, I would imagine it's coming soon. But furthermore, that would lead me to believe a new Hardy solo album is on the horizon, and that's what excites me. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the whole Hixtape series is a cool thing, even if I wasn't a fan of Season 2, but I'm much more intrigued by Hardy's solo work because when he's not focused on exclusively making party songs and crowd pleasers, I think he's got a lot of cool ideas and the songwriting talent to turn those ideas into really solid music. I'm not dismissing his creative rut that was 2021, but I'm just saying he has the ability to bounce back. We all know just how capable of a songwriter and performer Hardy is. I think one reason I remain so optimistic for his solo work after something like Hixtape 2 is as simple as I don't think he would want to give away his best songs to Hixtape, and I don't think he did. We're talking about the guy who brought us Give Heaven Some Hell, A Rock, Unapologetically Country as Hell, Sign Sober You, One Beer. I refuse to accept that the best thing that man has cooking at the moment is Hometown Boys. Let me make it clear, I'm not excusing Hixtape 2 in any sense. I'm not trying to justify that project at all. I'm just holding on to this sliver of hope because I don't think he wants to give away his best songs to the Hixtape brand, and can you blame him? Like, if you thought you had lightning in a bottle, would you really want to split that up between you, Chris Shiflett, and Sean Stamali? I don't mean that as an insult to either of those guys, but I think you get my point that if you think you've got a hit on your hands, you're probably not going to be quick to want to give that away. On top of that, I think it's important to acknowledge the position Hardy is in compared to where he was in 2018 or 2019. He doesn't need the help of other artists to make his songs succeed. Dude's got 3 million monthly listeners on Spotify. And not that that's the only metric, but again, I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. He's amassed a big enough following that he can afford to keep his best songs to himself without risking them going nowhere. This is me kind of talking to myself as well, but I also think it's unfair to use Hixtape as a reason to be pessimistic about Hardy's solo work moving forward, because you have to understand what Hixtape is. It's a mixtape of country songs with no other purpose other than being a good time. Do I think that excuses how uninteresting it is? No. But you can't expect songs like Give Heaven Some Hell, A Rock, even Boots or Ain't a Bad Day. You can't expect those to be thrown in the mix between Drink Up and Jonesin'. They just don't belong there. It would honestly be stupid to bury one of those songs on a project trying to be as mindlessly fun as Hixtape. I think if you're going to make assumptions about Hardy's future solo work, it's probably fair you make those assumptions based on his previous solo work. And the thing that woke me up for a variety of reasons was this new promo video, so let's talk about it. Right away, the most glaring aspect of the song is it is a full modern rock metal song. And even though that style isn't my forte, I not only respect but also like this move from Hardy. Like, ever since A Rock in 2020, through his covers and teasers, I think it's become pretty apparent Hardy wants to transition into a more rock-driven sound. I really enjoyed his country rock fusions he had going on his first record, and though I wouldn't have minded if he dug away at that sound for another album, this transition into full rock was pretty inevitable. It was just a matter of when and not if. And hey, if that's what he wants to do, more power to him. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I want artists to go off and make the music they want to make. For me, I don't care what genre you choose to pursue. Just go out and make great music and see what category it falls under. If you make great music, I'll listen to it, or at bare minimum, respect it. And that's the thing for me with this new sound Hardy seems to be going for. That heavy rock isn't necessarily my cup of tea. I'm always going to lean towards smoother, lighter music. It's why I love country and folk music so much. But if Hardy goes off and makes some fantastic, interesting, creative, effective rock music, I'll at bare minimum respect it, even if it's not the first thing I would search for to play on my way to school or work. Gosh, I keep rambling. The song that you've all gathered here for. What do I think about it? Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Sonically, as I said, it's like this emo country metal rock that comes together a lot better than I expected. I love how the energy is constantly building throughout the verses. It starts off with these dark, slightly wobbly acoustics with the percussion slowly building in the background. I also think since the chorus is so brief, it hardly interrupts the momentum the song was building through the first half. So rather than it feeling like a roller coaster of energy going up and down, it keeps a pretty steady incline. Vocally, I've always had a lot of praise for Hardy, and even if the yelling vocals aren't my favorite thing in the world, I do think there's still a lot of moments where he shows off his range and a lot of control. I love the pre-chorus with the almost dissonant harmonies that really emphasize the dark mood the song is in. Yeah, as I've said, the heavy rock style isn't necessarily my home turf, but I still really enjoyed what the song's going for and how it achieved those goals. And then lyrically, I also think it's a pretty decent cut. I like the catch of the song saying he's got the arena wall to wall, but he still hasn't sold out. I love that clever little double entendre. The song, for the most part, is this big statement talking about how fame hasn't changed him. He could afford a Maybach, but he's still got his F-150. I will say, though, in a song that sounds as badass as Sold Out, and for a song trying to make as definitive of a statement as this, I do feel certain lyrics and references to things like Instagram almost sand the edges a bit. Like, I get what he means when he's saying things like he's not afraid to throw a dead buck on his Instagram, but I don't know, something about the reference to a platform as youthful and bubbly as Instagram, it just feels a bit odd. I also think some of the country references can come off a little shallow. I believe it's in the second verse when he says he'll be country till the day he dies, and though I understand he's referring to the lifestyle, since the term country has been used so interchangeably within country music to describe both the music and the lifestyle, the lyric does feel slightly misinterpretable, especially with the style of the song. Like, you've never heard a rapper say, "I'll be rap till the day I die." He or she might say, "I'll be gangster till the day I die," but to use the genre name just doesn't really make any sense, so although it's technically not Hardy's fault, it doesn't change the fact lyrics like that one really lose their effect and honestly end up coming off a bit corny. But yeah, overall, I think it's a solid teaser. I'm excited to see where this goes. Hopefully we can get this track in its entirety within the coming weeks. I'm wondering if we can expect an album release near or just after the end of this lengthy tour he's going on with Morgan Wallen. At this point, I'm just interested to hear more. I know I gave Hardy a lot of stick for most of everything he was a part of in 2021, and though I wouldn't retract any of my claims, it's a new year, it's a fresh start, and Hardy's already gotten me intrigued as to what he's going to do next. So yeah, despite the fact 2021 was a big fat dud of a year for Hardy, even without Hixtape 2, I'm choosing to remain optimistic and hold on to the hope this teaser has given me. Anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this song, what you think of this new season Hardy would appear to be entering. If you enjoyed this video, a like would help out the channel massively. If you're new, maybe consider subscribing for more country music content. If you're not new, maybe share this video to someone you know who may be interested. We're just trying to grow the community here in 2022. My Instagram, Discord, and podcast are all linked down below in the description. And yeah, until next time, I hope y'all have a great day.